Hi, everybody. A warm welcome to the SDG Global Festival of Action. My name is Michael, and I'm delighted to welcome you to the session Turning It Around from Within Meditation as a Powerful Tool, together with my lovely colleagues and friends Renata and Clara. Some of you are joining us inside this Zoom webinar, and some of our participants are joining from the festival's virtual event platform. Welcome all. Before we kick off, I wanted to remind you that this session is part of the SDG Global Festival of Action. So if you are joining here directly in Zoom, we strongly encourage you to log in into the event platform afterwards. We'll share the link in the chat if you don't have it already. And you can benefit from joining any one of 6 stages, meeting and connecting with others in the connection zone. You can also check out up to 20 exhibits and find additional information in the resource library. And now I welcome on stage Renata and Clara, who will guide you through this beautiful session.
Thank you, Michelle, and welcome everyone. It's such a pleasure to be here with you today. I'm very, very happy and also very grateful that each one of you made the choice to be with us in this session. I hope you enjoy, and I'm also very grateful to have Clara with me today. So for those that are joining from Zoom, we would love to know who you are. So if you could please share in the chat your name and your country, or maybe the city that you're now. It would be wonderful so those that are here in the Zoom link could see who's joining from where. And I know, wow, it's hard to read. So, Romania, Brussels, South Africa, Helsinki, Germany, Portugal. Oh, that's so cool. Switzerland, Panama. Oh, that's so wonderful that we're people from all different countries, all parts of the world here together. That's the magic of the internet, right? So I'm very, very happy that each one of you is here today. I'm Renata. I'm Brazilian. I'm a biologist, and I always work with people and nature. And for 15 years, I worked with the indigenous people in the Brazilian Amazon. And I'm also a meditation teacher of Shaya's Ascension from the Bright Path. And I'm very passionate about meditation. So that's why I'm doing this with you and Clara and everyone here. That's one of the things that I love to serve. It's my way of serving the world. And so today we're gonna have this great opportunity to meditate with so many people at the same time from different parts of the world. It's so wonderful. You can see how happy I am. And we're gonna have a brief conversation between Clara and I around meditation and our stories of meditation and the benefits we saw. And then we're gonna have a few minutes of a guided meditation. So no experience required, you just go with the flow. I'll guide you through the meditation. It's an easy technique that we can practice here online together. So you just enjoy the session. And now I hand it over to Clara.
Thank you, Renata. My name is Clara. I am an anthropologist by training, but I'm also a passionate, well, first of all, a yoga practitioner, a learner, but I also teach. And to me, meditation is something that comes to me very much in movement. And though I recognize and appreciate all the different forms of meditation that can also overcome you while you're cooking, to me, meditation has always been linked to movement as well as stillness a lot. And actually taking that as a starting point, I would love for us to also arrive in this space in our bodies. So wherever you're sitting, or if you're standing or lying down, just make sure you have a connection to the ground. So ideally, if you sit, have both feet firmly pressing into the ground, really being able to ground yourself and sit up straight. And we're going to take one completely globally connected inhale as we raise our arms up. And exhale, gently bring them down. Wonderful, thanks. I would really love to start this conversation with a question that I have for Renata around her story with meditation. I know how big a role meditation plays in her life, and I'd love to invite you, Renata, to just share a few milestones of your meditation history.
A few milestones. Well, actually, since I was a child, I was very curious about meditation. But I had all these beliefs, that what was meditation, and what should I feel, lots of expectations, and really lots of beliefs and expectations around it. And I was a child that I would like to go to the small forest that I had close and go there and sit and close my eyes. But there was always a bunch of thoughts. So I thought that I couldn't meditate. And then when I was a teenager, I took different courses, workshops. I've tried different techniques, and I always thought I can't meditate. It's like too hard. I thought that I didn't have the discipline to do it, and I thought it needed a lot of discipline, and I've always felt that I had too many thoughts to meditate, so I really had many beliefs, even after those workshops and courses, I was curious, but I didn't know, so I never practiced regularly. I took bunches of workshops and didn't practice. But then there was a point in my life that the life that was always easy and fun became hard, and I saw myself for the first time stressed and overwhelmed by the work, by the surroundings. I was working in a very aggressive territory, so there was lots of things going on, and I just couldn't cope with all that, so I was feeling like I was on a sponge absorbing the things that were happening around. And I was like, and to the point that I was starting to get sick, because I never got sick before, and then I was always having something, and I said, it's not right. So I have to find a way of feeling centered no matter what was happening around me, because I was feeling like being punched from the context I was in, So I went back to São Paulo, where I was born and lived part of my life, and I met this couple, and they were teaching another meditation course, and I went to this course with no expectations. But then I saw that I was practicing, I finally found a practice that matched. So that makes sense for me. It was like different people like different techniques. So I found this technique that was the perfect match for me. And I started practice, and it wasn't about discipline. It naturally, it took part of my life. So after a while of practicing it regularly, I could see the change. I could feel like if there was this opening, a space around me, so I could feel centered, I could feel empowered, and I could feel that things that before they would, this overwhelming feeling, these things were kind of in a distance, there was a distance between me and what things around me. So there was this big space that I could feel, and a friend of mine, she said, wow, I look at you and you look the same person, but it feels like you seated in the throne inside of you. Mm. And that was my feeling, I was like seated in this throne inside of me, totally empowered of myself. And also I could see, because I was still in the same place, so I could see that I wasn't a sponge anymore. Instead of absorbing what was happening around me, I was actually seeing that this would transform the surroundings, you know, and people would say, oh, it's so nice when you're here, you bring us light, you bring us peace. The same people that we were in in a difficult situation before. So I could really see how this transformation from within affects the surroundings. And then I became completely passionate about it. And yeah, and we'll talk more about it.
That's beautiful. Actually, I would also love to, in reaction to some of the comments I've been reading, Rena said yoga is a great way to start meditation. Other people said they're really new to meditation. And actually, I would love to give the question to you all out there all over the globe, what your experience with meditation is. So Michael is going to be kind enough to share a poll. So we also have an idea of, have you meditated before? And please feel free to interpret this poll in your own way, whatever your form of meditation is. It's also what Renata just shared. Meditation, there's no one recipe, not one method for all. But yeah, would love to hear.
And thank you for the comments, the kind comments. So nice. Clara, I can see. Oh, wow. Yeah, meditation saved your life, Dalia. Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I'm also very passionate to hear stories about meditation. So are you voting in the poll?
There we go. All right. Wow, that's actually a beautiful balance. Quite a few people that have meditated a few times. Some very avid practitioners that meditate daily, and then a few people that have never meditated before. So what a beautiful occasion to be able to invite you to this beautiful, life-changing at times practice. And before we get into it, one more thing also, because obviously we're at a festival of action, of impact, striving for the fulfillment of the SDGs. I would also love to make the connection to your work, Renata, and actually my work too, since we both also work in a sphere very much contributing to the SDGs. How do you see that link between meditation and really, you know, long-term transformation for a more just and peaceful and sustainable planet?
After being so passionate about meditation, I accidentally founded an international movement of meditation in public spaces. And I could see that people from different kinds of meditations, different kinds of practices doing this, hosting this meditation in public spaces all around the world. And it became very clear to me, you know, how powerful this is to change not only yourself and those that interact with you, but also those in the surroundings. We received so many beautiful stories of how this group of people meditating impacted the surroundings. You know, even dogs would sit down, kids would bring their parents to sit. So there's so many great stories around that. And I'm totally convinced that meditation is a tool for social innovation. You know, so as that monk says, I can never pronounce his name, Tirthanan or something like that. I can't not, but he says, you know, peace in ourselves, peace in the world. And for me, it's totally true. You know, it starts within, and then from there, you do whatever you have to do or you feel like doing in the world. It has a different impact if it's coming from this space of holiness or wholeness, of being centered and being at peace. And from there, you do whatever you have to do in the world. So, and that affects all the SDGs, not only the SDG 3, health and well-being, but of course, all the SDGs. And how was that for you, Clara?
Very similar. I think ultimately, if I want to, the only change I can prevent in the world really is also a change that I'm ready for within. And I think I've you know, in the past tried to take care of family members, and really realized if that doesn't come from a good place, then it won't be of help. And I think it's the same thinking at a much broader context of kind of how I engage in my work, and what I'm able to give. And so to do that from a place of real stillness, and I don't mean it in a sense of stillness of saying nothing can be in my head. Often it's very busy even as I meditate, but yeah, a kind of a centeredness. And yeah, I love the image of the throne that you shared. So I really feel like it's in a way, by now I feel like it's a prerequisite for much of what I do. Yeah, and I'm really eager to share it with everyone today. I also saw some people in the chat saying that they've never really been able to find the focus, and I think there's so much to yeah, I think ultimately I just really want to encourage people to try out different ways, and not to only think of meditation as you sitting on a pillow and closing your eyes and trying to switch your head off. There's so many different approaches, and I think there's one for everyone for sure. And I'm so eager for us to try out yours now.
Thank you, Clara. And thank you everyone for the comments. That's so beautiful to see your interactions here. We're now gonna close the chat so we can focus in the exercise. I chose an exercise that's very simple for us to do today. So you take, you know, all these beliefs that you have around meditation and all the expectations, if you've never practiced, you take this and just throw away, and, you know, be open to the experience you're gonna have right now. If you already have a practice, you feel free to do your own practice. You know, I'll be guiding, but you feel free to do your own practice and just be in this space with us together, which is really powerful. I can see that someone already mentioned that. So the only rule is have no expectations. You know, it's just go with the flow. There's nothing to achieve, no experience that you're looking for, you know, so whatever you experience, it's gonna be perfect. All right, so find a comfortable position. You can be seated, you can even lay down for this meditation, you can sit in any way you feel comfortable. However it works for you in this moment, you just choose how you want to be seated. And just close your eyes. Just close your eyes. And we'll only watch what's happening. We'll just watch. Watch your thoughts, the movement in your body, the sounds. And don't try to change anything. Don't try to push anything away. Embrace whatever is happening in your world right now. Just watch. And now you bring your attention to a focus point in the region of the heart. It doesn't need to be exactly, you know, just bring your attention to the heart, to the region of the heart. And now you make your attention wide open and just watch. Watch your thoughts, your body. It doesn't matter if you have billion of thoughts, one thought, no thoughts, a dream. You're just watching whatever is happening in your mind and your body. You are just witnessing. You just watch. And again, we're going to bring our attention to the region of our heart, just as an anchor to bring our attention back. And again, we put it wide open and watch. Just witness whatever is happening for you right now. The thoughts, feelings, and just be okay with however your experience is right now. It's perfect as it is. We're just watching. There's nowhere to go, nothing to do, nothing needs to be changed. We're just watching. And again, you bring your attention to the region of your heart. And again, you put your attention wide open and watch. We're just witnessing our thoughts, feelings, sounds, whatever is being presented to you in this moment. You just watch. Don't change anything. Don't push anything away. Allow it to be perfect as it is right now. And you just relax and watch. It doesn't matter if there are many thoughts, no thoughts, one specific thought. We're just watching. And again, you bring your attention gently to the region of your heart. Doesn't need to be the heart, it's just the region. And again, gently you put your attention very open and watch. Watch with no judgments. Allow whatever is happening in your mind and in your body. Just allow it to be there and watch. And one last time, you bring your attention to the region of your heart. And one last time, you make it wide open and watch. And just bring your attention to your breath, to your breathing. When you're ready, you open your eyes. Gently open your eyes. Thank you for doing this together. We are curious to see how it was for you, so we're opening the chat again. If you want to share how you're feeling in one word, or however you want to share it, how was it for you? We would love to hear from you. And I'm really, really grateful that you took the time to be here and we did this together. And it's another form of co-creating, right? We're doing this. Everyone was contributing to this moment. So feel free to put in one word how you're feeling. I know you already shared your experience with meditations before. Very relaxing. Thanks.
I also recognize it's quite a transition from this space back into the Zoom space. I want to recognize.
Yeah. It was my first time. It was relaxing and peaceful. Oh, thank you. Thank you for being here, Angela. It's really, really a pleasure to all of us to be part of your first time. How many people did this for the first time with hundreds of people, right? Thank you. So we're approaching the end of this session. I hope you are feeling nice or in peace or happy or however you were feeling. I hope you enjoyed this session. For me, it was really, really a pleasure to have you all here, to have Clara as my partner. I want to thank Michelle, who's helping us behind the scenes, and all the team from the festival. They were really, really supportive. They've been working really hard. Rihanna, in the festival, that's the only session that we are hosting. I'm not aware if probably there are other well-being sessions, but I'm not sure if other meditation sessions. I didn't have the chance to look at all the program. Yeah, thank you, Clara.
Well, I want to thank you, Renata, for guiding us through. It's definitely a different energy to know that you're 152 people meditating at the same time. It was a really beautiful experience, and I thank you all so much for being a part of it. And while we're not hosting another session within the realm of the festival, I'm sure you can get in touch. You'll find both our names in the program. So feel free to reach out. Also, if you have questions about meditation or are still trying to find the right approach for you, this by no means is meant to be only a little taster. Hopefully, it's the start of a journey for you all. And really, really enjoy the rest of this beautiful festival.
Thank you all. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Yeah.